People, Waukesha, whatever. All right, here are the decks. Look what habit Street View has the issue at hand. All right, so the decks have, they extend from inside the structure. Let me get a little better look at that. Okay. All right, so trying to zoom in for you. All right, ignore this, obviously. I don't know how to do that one, how to move that one out of the way. The map. Did a good job of putting it in the damn way, didn't I? Expand, plus, minus, can't minus it. Oh, there we go. All right, let's move this back over. So you can see that there is it's just like a, maybe a plaster underneath of here. I wouldn't say it's a siding. And as you can see, the steel goes from the side of the structure, extends out beyond the structure, right here. Here it's just extending out. And they're bolted connections. And then they bolted this beam on here, the floor beam. And then this, I want to say it's plywood. See how it's deteriorated? It could be a metal pan, but I doubt it. I'm actually thinking, I see what appears to be a lot of paste here. Might be fire protection, just so you know. I'm not sure when the building was built and when fire protection would have been applied or not. It's not there anymore. Now here's that. Here, when we see the welders are at this corner here, doing whatever they're doing. Not at this corner, but the corner it's inside here. It's that centerpiece that they removed the decks. Now, this is the deck sticking out. So if we look at this deck, so here's the plane of the building. Let's do the plane of the building. It appears this is in plane. Let's do one more of these. All right, so there's my big boy. So the plane of the building, and then we have an extension. So this will be the face of the building, right about with the windows. And then it extends out. These pieces extend out, and then they have the connections like this. See them right here? Now there might be a bolted connection. Okay, there's the center one. Zooming out. So there's what it looks like right there. So there might be a center one extending out here. See how it would have to extend out? And meeting it here. Let me close that up a bit. That's the plane of the building. Don't get it confused with something else. So plane of the building. All right, so it might look like this. The steel extends out here, just like at the back of the deck over there, bolted on this corner and bolted here, and then bolted in the middle. Or it just might be one large piece. It's not there anymore. They put it back, apparently one large piece for rigidity, right about where this red is, to go from this steel, face the structure over. So I said I would wonder what the framing looked like. Well, it appears that the framing is the steel structure. So there's let me see if I can't bring that over. This just doesn't mount to the face. This extends inbound to this structure. And inbound with the load here can create a negative load, having an uplift effect inside the floors inside with the weight. Also, deterioration can work its way to the steel inside and start causing the structure to fail. The deterioration could. We're looking at it. Okay, sorry. Let me move this mic over a little bit. All right. So then this is what it looks like without the exposed steel. Make sure the mic's on. Yep, mic is on. And let's take a look at it from there. See if we can get around. Little man can move. Come on, little dude. Come on, little dude. Trying to get him to put me on the other side of the street. Well, looks like I wound up on the same darn stride. Oh, can I drive up? Nope. Alright, so then there's our structure. Can't get over to there. There we go. Oops. We'll just spin around. There's the neighborhood. Ooh. I got nowhere with that. Spin around, walking back down the street. Now turn them. Well, that was not interesting. I wound up here. Is there no way to see this structure from there? These are houses, so they're not really streets. Those are driveways. Okay. So let's move over again, rotate and take a look. Yeah, that's the back of a garage. I see it now. That's the back of the building. All right. So there are the porches that they yanked off. Yank is a engineering term, meaning get it over with, and that's what they did. And that's what they did. Is that the light? Is that the light fixture hanging from there? Nah, it's there on the wall there. All right. Okay, so they snatched these railings off. Right here is where they're doing that. I'm trying to get a better connection of that, a better look at that connection. So that steel looks to be continuous, and this is where they cut it. They maybe cut that free also instead of finding a way another way to do it. They cut it free also. Not like a sawzall would have been the least amount of danger, if you will. All right, there is the other side of it with trees, so we don't see the man lift over here with the trees. So I'm guessing we're looking at the other side. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here at Waukesha and the shutdown, the emergency shutdown thing. So all Street 360, we did that already. And let's go back to the workers doing emergency repair. Exterior from visitors. Oh, that is the exterior. Okay. Waukesha. Horrible, cranky old people. Okay. Those comments, we'll pass on those. 3-star. Oh, I think this is in the wrong location now. Yep, Philadelphia. Sorry. That's Philadelphia. And let's try this. Let's try this. Whoa. A and W. How did I get there? And going back again. So now I'm going to get you to forget maps. I want to get you to we'll go back to the guys working on it, the structure. So looks like I got to go backwards. Okay. So images. Let's go with the images. This appears the trees are gone now. That's what's going on. The trees are here in this image. Now the trees are gone. Let's take a look at that man lift. There's the telephone pole. There we go. So we see the guys back up here welding. All right, let's take a zoom in on that. Whoops. Guess we're gonna look at the article again. All right, so that beam is continuous across. And that's the connection again. This is the one that's in the center of the structure. So it went this guy's head's in the way. If his head wasn't in the way, I'd like to see the other H-beam tied to this side of the structure. If his head wasn't in the way, this is that center column. And the H-beam does go that way, but since I can't see daylight, unless you already welded that side closed, I would say it was continuous. It looks like they built the floor up, and you can see that there's concrete on top of it. So it looks like they built the concrete, and they put the wall, then the concrete. So this might be a decorative wall, not too sure. Let's see. We can get another capture. Okay, I got to get one of those little tricycle. I can get around town. All right. Okay, somebody's already hijacked it. All right. Okay, they're pulling away. California Loma. It's a different lift. Hijack. There are the images again. And man lift. Where is that one man lift image I found? Was it in here? It might be. I had that police car image going on as a thumbnail at one point. It picked it as the thumbnail, so it could be in here. Let's zoom. Zoom. Walkie Journal. Okay, let's see what they have. It might be a local paper that might have more imagery. They're sharing images. 10 shows, 10 photographs. Mm-hmm. 10 photographs. As we can see here, it's welded. Here's the H-beam. And it is, that was the one that was extended out at that porch, at that level. It's closed. It's got a moment, it stops it from twisting and rotating, if that's the intent of it. It does seem like it's on a different plane, but I don't think so. I don't see that Mebiner said the negative load. I don't see this fracturing this wall up, so I don't see this cantilever having that effect. It's a very small cantilever because the loads were on this column right here. This is the column where we're at where the problem is, the other side of it. So this is great. This is where they put the bracing from here over to where my mouse is, the top. Okay, let's go down here. From here, the bracing goes from here all the way over to here, connecting to there. And they're prepping it to add that bracing. So the bracing goes from here to there to there. It appears they're prepping it for that bracing. This gives me a better shot right here. Okay, well, let's see what the other images have before I enlarge that one. Yeah, I'm not going to take it from some crazy, happy-looking bearded guy. Okay, so let's just grab this one and jump into it. Okay, let's break out the old magnifier. Let's go up here and look at it. Okay. That's the plastic, the concrete, the steel. The steel still seems to be the original color. Nice red. Look at that reddish, brownish look. There's a step here. So this is the cross member steel that's inside here. So this structure appears to have the main structure at this part. The floor inside appears to have steel continuously all the way through. and then they did this little leg here, and then they tied more steel across it. And there's their cross steel, and then they bumped it out with that a little leg coming out off the side of that one. They did a leg coming out to extend it from the structure, which would look like none of those images would be my Google shots. And I don't have that shot up. Let's try this. So it would be it should tell me maps, right? I didn't put in maps, but let's see. Okay, this one here, 1 day ago. It's not the map though. Where's my map? Maps. All right. So then we go back to this one. It should say Street View. Send a phone. No, thank you. Directions. Move this back over here. Double click here. Settings are screwed. There we go. And there's the map. Okay, there was the map. So then these guys right here, this is that, see that bump out right here? This is this bump out right here. And that then it had a little leg, presents as a little leg here. I do not think they welded in this blocking, this solid blocking for help of rotation. This web, there is nothing that represents that it would be another piece there going across to there. It's, oh, there is actually, there is something, but it's not that tall. It's a flat plate. It's kind of an interesting detail. I'll show it to you in just a moment. Okay, so we're observing. We're looking like the siding as a panelized system. Behind it, see the tracks, and then you butt one, then fasten the track, fasten this, and then you. Oh boy, I think it looks like this right here. This seam. I'm trying to look at it there. That's the best shot we have of it over here. There's the outside corner and outside corner. They were able to remove this without damaging that. That's pretty good. I don't know if they had a crane out there that day, but they did a good job. I mean, they didn't even crack that. Crack the surface there, or bend it or deflect it. They secured the wood treated lumber against it because it's exterior for a minute. Little wire mesh, little chicken fence. Okay. So where's my mag? Not there. Let's go to that one over here. Zoom in. And one more time. And there's the setup. Maybe it's I can't tell, but maybe it's wood framing, and then they put the concrete on top and left the wood framing, because this looks like right here looks like it's just bent over, like a piece of board fractured, and it's bent over where they left the formwork in. They do that sometimes. They leave formwork in there. I've run into quite a few properties where formwork has been left underneath of an enclosed area that it's not removed. Okay. All right, so we're looking at this guy here. Looks like, you know, good clean steel, good dimensional steel. The decks were deteriorated. It was cheaper to remove them than to repair them and put it back on there. So just so you know, the loads are carried by these outside ones right here, and this outside one here. This being on top of the column here, it's going to be less of a negative load internal because it's got a column support. Well, I'm assuming it's got a column support all the way up, integral all the way up here. And again, there's the offset. There's our offset. Let's grab the magnifier again. Magnifier. And there's our offset. Right there, big old gap. And then it butts there. That shows that H-beam here, see the H? Went all the way across. Like I said, and that's the one that they're putting back in. Now he's worried about, what about this is he worried about? Is something not underneath of it supporting from here to here? Is it not like a column in there supporting it? These guys are, I don't know who they are. So he's grinding and prepping to weld in his brace that would go across. And that would be, again, the one brace I show here. So these are gone. This is gone. This little nub, it was a little nub right here, from here. Little nub sticking out. Oops. Sticking out. It's gone. He's grinding on it. It's gone. This one's ground back to there. This one's ground back to ground back to there. And that one's ground back to there. And then they're going to put the cross brace on it. And that's what we're looking at. Nothing magical there. Nothing magical. I can't even pick on anything besides they possibly should have braced it as they worked their way up. But if they were iron workers and they evaluated the connections in the back as they looked at it, they'd say, oh, this thing's fully connected. This is more decorative. A load-bearing decorative column once the decks are on, but once you remove the decks, it's not pretty much load-bearing. You know, if this steel goes all the way over, for this to be a critical piece, it would have to, this steel, okay, so this is where they're grinding on this plane. Now let's move it. And it bumps out. Remember that bump out that we just saw there in the street, right? That bump out. Let's see if I can. So there's the bump out. It's holding part of the roof section up top there, which gives us that unsupported span, but but they didn't take that off. So the steel is still probably got on the roof level, extending out like a cantilever and then tying across and more cantilever. So the roof load is probably carried back to that internal wall right here. This wall here, this wall plane there. And then maybe some steel going across of it. So the roof load, because they don't have it open, might be being carried by this column, which would make it very critical that it stays a load path with nothing interrupting it, interrupting by removing sections. It appears that they stayed outside this column though. You can see the grind out here. So, okay. The only thing that's lost is some lateral bracing. Only thing lost. It's lateral bracing lost from this side to this side. That's what's lost here. They didn't go inside here, so they didn't change that. They revealed here, and revealing, it doesn't look like any welds or anything been torn away except for right here, and that would be our lateral bracing here for the structure. Out here, this lateral bracing would extend it out for the porch out here. I'm sorry, it's not lateral bracing. It's for allow for the cantilever of the porch out to here. The other bracing that would be from this mouse finger all the way over to here would be this piece. This is the piece that's most critical to go back So it will be the piece behind this tape going back over here, and this piece from here going back over there. I got to end the video. Got to go. Take care. Bye.